In a move that has sent ripples across the African continent and reignited debate about sovereignty, exploitation, and migration, Rwanda has quietly signed a controversial deal with the United States to accept up to 250 deportees, mostly illegal immigrants, forcibly removed from American soil under President Donald Trump's aggressive mass deportation agenda. Yes, you read that right. Rwanda, the small but increasingly influential East African nation, has agreed to become a new home for migrants that the US no longer wants. The eyebrow-raising agreement was inked in Kigali back in June, though details have only just come to light. The deal gives Rwanda the power to vet each individual on a case-by-case basis, with the first list of 10 deportees already sent to Rwandan authorities for review. According to government spokesperson Yolande Makolo, the rationale behind the move is deeply rooted in Rwanda's national psyche. She said nearly every Rwandan family has endured the pain of displacement, and so the country's values emphasize reintegration and rehabilitation. But many are asking, is this really about compassion? Or is there something else at play here? Let's unpack this. Under the deal, approved deportees will receive workforce training, healthcare, and housing support to help them integrate into Rwanda's economy, which, to be fair, has been one of the fastest growing in Africa over the past decade. On the surface, this sounds noble. But peel back the layers and the controversy becomes hard to ignore. This isn't just about humanitarian reintegration. This is about politics, it's about power and profits. Trump's administration has made it no secret that it plans to deport millions of undocumented immigrants. The new angle? Dumping them into countries they have zero connection to. This third country deportation approach has already seen the US ship convicted criminals to South Sudan and Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, and non-African migrants to countries like Costa Rica, Panama, and El Salvador. The deportees, often described by the Trump administration as the worst of the worst, are being uprooted from lives they've built, no matter how complicated or illegal, and sent to foreign lands where they have no ties, no cultural familiarity, and often no hope. The US Supreme Court even gave the green light in June for Trump's administration to proceed with such deportations without allowing the migrants a chance to argue that they might face harm in their new host countries. That's a chilling precedent, and one that many human rights groups have labeled not just cruel, but a clear violation of international asylum norms. So why is Rwanda agreeing to all these? Well, it's not Rwanda's first dance with controversial migration deals. Back in 2022, Rwanda struck a similar agreement with the United Kingdom, a deal that would have seen asylum seekers arriving in Britain sent to Rwanda for processing and, if successful, settlement. That plan, however, was widely condemned as unethical and eventually crumbled when the UK Supreme Court ruled it unlawful in 2023. Still, Rwanda seems undeterred, which begs the question, what does Rwanda gain from this? Some argue that Rwanda is playing the long game, positioning itself as a strategic cooperative player on the global stage, particularly in the eyes of powerful Western nations. Now, others believe economic incentives are at play. While the current deal doesn't spell out any financial terms, it's hard to imagine a resource-conscious country like Rwanda agreeing to host and reintegrate foreign deportees without some form of compensation or diplomatic favor in return. And let's not ignore the optics. President Paul Kagame, who has often been praised by the West for pulling Rwanda out of the ashes of the 1994 genocide and turning it into a tech-savvy, development-focused state, may be trying to solidify his image as a pragmatic and forward-thinking African leader, willing to do what others won't. But at what cost? From Trump's perspective, this deal is a win-win. he gets to tick another box on his anti-immigration checklist and showcase his ability to offload undocumented migrants without the messy court battles or political backlash at home. He can boast that he is protecting American borders while sending deportees somewhere far, far away, out of sight, out of mind. But critics are asking, is this just another form of outsourcing America's problems to the global south? From Rwanda's perspective, the move may indeed be about solidarity, economic gain, or geopolitical alignment. But there's also the danger of becoming a dumping ground for Western nations who are unwilling to deal with their own immigration crisis. Is Rwanda risking its dignity and sovereignty just to earn brownie points with the West? Then there's the human angle, the deportees themselves. For many of them, the US was a dream, no matter how flawed. To be ripped from that dream, labeled a criminal, and thrown into a country you've never stepped foot in, where you don't speak the language or understand the culture. That's more than disorienting. It's devastating. Will they really find hope and opportunity in Rwanda? Or is this simply a fresh layer of trauma waiting to unfold? And what precedent does this set for the rest of Africa? Will other nations follow Rwanda's lead, striking behind the scenes deals to accept deportees in exchange for aid, trade deals, or political support? Or will there be backlash from both citizens at home and from the broader African Republic who may view these deals as modern-day neo-colonialism cloaked in humanitarian rhetoric? No matter how you slice it, this deal raises serious questions about migration, sovereignty, and the complex power dynamics between Africa and the West. Can we truly call ourselves sovereign if we are accepting the world's unwanted in exchange for favors? Can we claim Pan-African solidarity if we are complicit in policies that break up families, crush dreams, and play into Western narratives about African docility? One thing is clear. There is more than just a bureaucratic immigration deal. It's a moral litmus test for both Rwanda and the continent. And the rest of Africa should be paying close attention because today is Rwanda. Tomorrow, it could be any one of us. Your perspective matters. What do you make of Rwanda agreeing to accept 250 deportees from America? Share your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our informative future videos. Stay informed, stay engaged, and thank you for watching.